So when they were babies, I would just talk to them about their story, and I would show them pictures and tell them about how Brian and I met and our love story, and then I would tell them about their donor family. And just as they developed and got bigger, I just wanted them to always understand what an embryo was, what embryo adoption was, and never think, oh, I was told at this particular time, on this particular day. It's just something I've always known.
I just remember always knowing. The earliest memory I have of it was the fondest, brightest memory I have is when it was our 5-year-old party, and my mom read a book to the whole party about it, and that I sort of understood it before that, but that made me really understand it.
So when I had first learned about embryo adoption, I think I was 3, but I can't really remember. I just wasn't really sure exactly what it was. I knew that I had an extended family than just the one that I lived with, but that still didn't really make sense how they were family to me. What I think about embryo adoption now is that it's basically just helping these kids to get a better life, or helping them, just giving them a life.
We chose open donation because we thought about it and realized, there's positives and negatives to that type of situation, but we thought about their health history, and we wanted to make sure that if there's ever a situation that we wanted to go back to that family. And every situation could be different, but I think in our situation, we're very thrilled that we chose an open donation or an open situation with that family, because we've been able to communicate a lot and go on vacations and just really communicate much better than I think that other families could have been through.
When choosing to do open, I had fears of, would I be the real mother? Would my children choose me? Or would they choose Patty when they got sick or hurt? And also, would we get along? And would they get confused? And all sorts of different fears that I had. But as I got closer to Patty, I realized that they were unfounded, because I loved Patty, and she became just like a sister to me. And one time, Julian did say "Mommy," and she made it very clear that she knew he was referring to me, but because I think she didn't want to feel that she was stepping over any boundaries. But I didn't feel that way, and so it made me feel much better. Just, the closer I got to them, the more I knew them, the more I loved them, and I want my children to have that love for them too. And I don't feel a competition there at all. I want it actually to be stronger. I want it to grow, and I want them to feel that if they want to call her mom, I'm okay with it now. I maybe wouldn't have thought I would have been at the beginning, but it's okay, because I want them to have that love that God gives us. And He shares it so freely with us. We are adopted into His family, and they're adopted into ours. And we have also been adopted into the donor family too. The extended family has just loved on Brian and I unbelievably.
So when I first met the donor family, I think I was 2, but I'm not sure about that. But we went on vacation and met them at Busch Gardens and Disney World. And I don't really remember anything from then. I think that it's like better that we don't see them like all the time, but we still need to like know who they are and maybe like call them every now and then.
My feelings about the donor family are they're really like happy feelings. I'm like glad that they put the embryos up for adoption. I would definitely say to tell them early on because it's going to be like very hard for them if you just tell them like when they're like a teenager or something. Because if you tell them when they're younger, they're going to like slowly comprehend, but they're going to like be more comfortable around the subject.
Whenever you tell your kids, don't make them feel like there is something wrong with them or that they're an outcast, but just make them feel like they're normal, but still tell them about how they're special.
Be honest with your kids from the beginning. Don't hide anything from them, because the last thing you want is for them to resent you for any reason. And we were fortunate to have a wonderful family that we can call our extended family. And I just look at people who have heroes in life. Some of them are superheroes and athletes and presidents, but our heroes is Jim and Patty Cassidy.
Remember that when choosing, God's already chosen. You're not making a mistake. Not to stress about it. The right child will come to your family that was meant to be, and to prayerfully consider open, because for us it was a blessing, but everybody's personality is different. Everybody's home situation is different. When Patty and I got together, we realized that our mother and our father had both died, and God brought us together for family that we didn't have. So for us, having an open relationship was a real blessing.